Back with our continuing coverage of this breaking news. We should note President Obama is in Cuba this morning. He is expected to speak about the attacks that have happened in Brussels. We're going to have a special report with his comments shortly after 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Several presidential candidates are also responding to today's attacks. Julianna Goldman is in Washington tracking that for us. Julianna, good morning.
Good morning. Well, that's right. We have reaction from all the Republican presidential candidates. Donald Trump initially commented on Twitter saying the U.S. must be vigilant and smart. Now, Nora, it's important to note that while one official is saying this has all the hallmarks of an ISIS attack, CBS News has not confirmed the identities of the perpetrators. But in follow-up phone interviews, Trump has been linking what we're seeing on the ground in Brussels to his previous statements on Muslims, like what we saw after the attacks in Paris and in San Bernardino, California. Specifically, Trump is saying that he'd reinstitute harsh interrogation techniques like waterboarding. He said on NBC it would be fine, and if you can expand the laws, he'd do a lot more than waterboarding. As for his tough talk on border security, he said on our digital network, CBSN, that he'd be extremely careful about letting people in from the Middle East, including from Syria. Let's take a listen to part of that interview.
I would be extremely careful about people from the Middle East coming into our country. I would be extremely careful as to what's going on. You have an ISIS problem that's a massive problem. They want to come in. They want to do big damage, and I would be extremely careful about that.
He's also tying his tough talk to his position in the polls, saying he's the front runner because people are concerned about what's happening in this country. Also, Ted Cruz is linking the attacks to Muslim extremism, saying radical Islam is at war with us. He said these attacks are just the latest in a string of coordinated attacks by radical Islamic terrorists. And Gail, John Kasich has released a statement. He expressed his solidarity with the people of Belgium. He said the U.S. has to redouble our efforts with our allies to identify, root out, and destroy the perpetrators of such acts of evil. We're still waiting for reaction from Democratic presidential candidates Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders.
All right. We hope to hear from them both later on this morning. Thank you, Julianna.